It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Monday morning.
Monday afternoon.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Because you know what? We're right on time, 12:06 again.
I love this new start time, but I do this on purpose. I just want you to know that.
You do what on purpose?
12:06.
We have a whole bunch of people in the back doing the theater stuff.
We've had a lot going on this week. This is a tremendous week here. We are up and rolling. New furniture, new lights, new sound, new stage.
New bills.
New artists.
New bills.
Yeah, I'm passing those along to you.
More bills.
More bills.
Now, I always said that I always wanted to have theater engulfed in my life. And Sarah Spiritual was on Broadway. Broadway or off-Broadway?
Off-Broadway.
Off-Broadway. And she sang and she danced and everything else. I want to get a feel of. I know that it's not a theater. I know that it's not off-Broadway. I know. But when people come here, I want them to feel.
What's with all your negative talk this morning already?
Because I already
Stop
over the
that.
weekend, and people were telling me, you think
you
you're
know
in.
what? You hang out with the wrong people then.
No, people were
You
texting
need
me.
to change your people to hang with my people. And then we got better
You got
people.
people?
I got people.
Well,
Your people, my angels, they should be talking to your angels. You wouldn't have all that negative self-talk.
she's only talking angels because Sarah Spiritual's here.
Oh, no, not really.
No?
Got that? You got it?
Oh,
You
God,
got
not
it?
him again.
You got it?
Not him again.
You got to change that negative self-talk is all I can tell you.
That's right. Listen, caring and sharing. If you're looking at today's show, do me a favor, share it out. Let people know that we are on the air doing our thing. And you are more than welcome to come. Somebody has said to me over on Thursday or Friday they wanted to come because Sarah was going to be in-house. And we will be taking readings?
Yes, we will.
So what is the phone number? You got a phone number?
888-994-4995. What is wrong with you today?
I don't remember the phone number.
You are like all over the place. Good morning
I
to you.
started my vegan diet.
Yeah, I saw that.
This weekend,
Yeah.
I was more than just a little vegan.
Were you?
Yes, I went completely vegan.
Yeah.
And my God, do I feel fantastic.
Really?
Oh, yes.
How'd that little...
Except I had a donut.
Although I think that's vegan. I must tell you, if there's no dairy in it, it's vegan.
I don't know, but every donut has got to have some kind of
Vegan
dairy.
doesn't necessarily mean healthy. But we can get you the vegan cinnamon buns up the street. We can
Now,
get you
I'm going to
those.
tell you something. The football team, congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. They went vegan. Half the team went vegan, 15 people. And they are now one game away from the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And Mr. Henry, who's like a Mack truck, is vegan.
Oh, let's discuss football for a little while. Where's DJ? I don't know if DJ can hear
He's
me.
over there.
We discussed football last
Yeah, you
week,
got
right?
3 out of 4. I
Football is so not my thing. I got 3 out of 4, and the 4th came down to the last play of the
You
game.
lost with Seattle.
But I was pretty good. I got San Francisco, I got the Titans, and I got, who's the other one I got?
I can't believe the Titans beat the Ravens.
Oh, I knew. I told you that one. Hands down. I got 3 out of 4, and I don't even watch football.
Okay, so who are
My
you picking?
house couldn't even believe that I get that. You know what
Who's
my daughter
picking?
says? Because, Mom, you know things.
Oh, please.
You just know things. I'm like, yeah, I just know things. Exactly.
Who are you picking this weekend?
Who's playing? I'll let you
San
know.
Francisco at home against the Titans.
San Francisco. Oh, that was the third one I got with San Francisco.
I got the Titans overcoming San Francisco. Even
we'll
though I think
see.
San Francisco is the best team in the lot, but there's
San
something
Francisco.
about this Henry, man. This guy is unstoppable. 184 yards and then 196 yards.
Can you
This
believe
guy's
I
a
got
human
3
machine.
Out of 4? I'm telling you.
So who do you got? You got San Francisco, and who you have on the other side?
Who's playing?
Kansas City and whoever.
Kansas City.
Who's Kansas City playing? The Titans?
No.
Who's the Kansas City playing?
It had to be someone else that won this weekend.
Yeah, who was it?
I don't know. Green Bay.
No, Green Bay's playing 49ers. Oh, you're right. The Titans are playing Kansas City.
And I'm teaching you football.
Kansas
now
City
you know
and the Titans. Who do you like?
You know the planets have aligned. Kansas City or the Titans? That's a tough one.
And
I
it's
don't
in
know.
Kansas City. It's going to be cold.
I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to say the Titans.
I'm going Titans. And the 49ers in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, Mr. 39-year-old, whatever his name is.
Yeah, here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers. There's more to the team than Aaron Rodgers, right?
Mhm.
But not on the
Not on
news.
this team.
Not on the news.
Adams was good.
That's all I can say. Oh, and I happened to turn on, which I'm so not a football. Jimmy Johnson got inducted into the
Oh my
Football Hall
God,
of
he
Fame.
cried
Did
like
you
a
see
baby.
that?
I thought he was having a freaking heart attack.
But when Jimmy Johnson was at University of Miami and I was there with the Blades brothers, so we go way back to the 80s. Yes, it's all about the U.
It's all about the upside down U.
But did you hear on the production side of it when he says, "I can't breathe"? See how quick they moved that camera off of him? They must have been afraid
thought
he
he
was
was
going to have
having
a
a
heart
heart
attack. I know. But whoever was on point, they were on point because they got that camera off of him so fast until he said, "I'm okay."
But
okay.
they did
And I
they
thought,
did
wow.
that to him, and they did it last week. Who they do it to last week? Terry Bradshaw. Somebody got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they came on
Was
the
it a
set.
surprise? He didn't know?
It was a surprise. Yes, that was the committee that they kept it a surprise, and they did it on the air. They did it last week again with the quarterback, the coach that used to be with the Steelers. What's his name?
I don't know.
I
don't
forget. They
know,
did it
but-
last week, but what a shot! He was interviewing somebody, and they came on the set, and they said, "Excuse me, we just have an announcement." He says, "Wait a minute, I'm conducting an interview. We have an announcement. You just been inducted into the Hall of Fame." And the guy was like, "This is a joke, right?" "No, this is not a joke." And then they did it to Jimmy Johnson yesterday, who happened to be, he coached one of the most brilliant teams of all time.
Cowboys.
But my God, that team was loaded. Was loaded.
Why? Why, though? Because he took them from the University of Miami and they went out to Dallas.
Bill Cowher. Bill Cowher was the other one that was
And I
inducted.
know that because I was at University of Miami and then we moved to Dallas. We had this like synergistic moving with
Synergistic this.
with Jimmy Johnson. So he took all these amazing players and they went to Dallas. But what a great ride.
You know how
right?
they give the coach a Gatorade ride water when they win? His hair was so perfect that when they hit him with the Gatorade, the hair didn't move.
But I have to tell you, the production, the crew that knew they took that camera off of him when he said, "I can't breathe."
No, they did that because they thought he was having a heart
I
attack.
know, but thankfully someone was on point and they took that off camera.
They gave him a little water. They relaxed him. Anyway.
Right, pretty. But here's my question to you:
Yes.
Who was the guy in the blue jacket that did the announcement?
That is the head of the Hall of Fame committee.
He had to play football at some point because that is probably the one. He still looks like he's big enough to play football. He must have been like linebacker or something. Big guy.
Oh, he just eats a lot of pasta.
He was tall though. He had to be.
Do you know
6'6",
how
6'7".
miraculous it is to be able to be in the Hall of Fame, with all the number of players and just a small percentage of people make that?
Do you know how miraculous it is that we're even discussing football on a Monday morning?
Well, I mean, the playoffs are here. Now, the Super Bowl is in Miami.
Yes.
Sarah, you going to be in Miami for the Super Bowl singing with Vanilla Ice?
No, I'm not.
Why is he
No.
singing? I heard J Lo's doing it.
She opens for Vanilla Ice.
Yes, but I heard J Lo's doing the Super Bowl.
Well,
not
J-Lo,
Vanilla
if
Ice.
you're watching, you have to come here first. And now the group that was here, they're going to be at the Super Bowl. I want to sort of rub shoulders.
Well, we can go down to that event. We were invited down to that event. DJ, I got three.
I can avoid to interrupt you here.
DJ, I got
You're
three
gonna
of the
have to change
four.
the cameras to
Three what?
interrupt
Three
you.
of the four predictions for football this week, and I got
Oh, you did? So you got Green Bay, San Francisco. Who else? Tennessee.
Tennessee beating the Ravens.
Unbelievable.
I know,
Who the
right?
hell does that?
No, unbelievable. Now I'm a Tennessee fan because I like the underdogs. But speaking of Super Bowl, I thought I had something in common with Freddie. Okay, but now we have something in common.
my Latino bookends.
There it
yes.
goes. We have Jennifer Lopez, and who else is going to sing at the Super Bowl?
That's what we're talking
I am.
about.
Shakira.
Really?
Shakira's in
Shakira.
back.
So there is a Puerto Rican and a Colombian. So guess what, my friend?
Wait,
We
wait.
have Yellow and Shakira. Shakira is from Colombia, and Jennifer Lopez is from Puerto Rico.
You know,
so
who cares if Shakira sings? She wiggles.
I'm wondering, can we do like a karaoke, and you and both of you guys can get up and do J Lo and Shakira?
Sounds good.
And we can just do a whole karaoke thing and
Okay.
do it up that
what
way.
about
on
he
stage?
does like Jennifer Lopez and I do Mark Anthony?
Ah, there you
How
go.
come I gotta? How come you get out of here?
Okay. It's fun. This is Monday. Fantastic.
It is
Excellent
Monday.
football. Don't forget, tonight, championship. college championship.
Clemson and LSU.
LSU. Who are you going for, Don? So I can put my
Clemson,
money
LSU.
in there. LSU?
LSU.
What about you, Freddie?
LSU.
Okay, all of us. LSU. What about you, Teddy?
LSU.
What
Now,
about?
wait a minute. We have to ask Sarah. Sarah, what do you
Sarah.
see? LSU or Clemson?
Well, I actually think it's going to get close.
Really?
But
Do
there has
you
to be a
know
winner.
You are the fourth person that told me don't count Clemson out.
I don't either, but
And you know who was the national champion last year? Clemson. Who has been the national champion the last 4 out of the last 6 years?
Alabama.
Clemson.
Yeah, don't be so quick.
Alabama's always winning.
Yeah, but that's not
Alabama?
this year.
Clemson. They beat Alabama last year.
Yeah, right. Okay, so it's going to be fun. Okay, so let's watch
an
it. And
interesting
tomorrow
game.
it's going to be a good
I
game.
gotta
but
run home because
I'm excited about
7:30.
the weekend too, but we talk about it throughout the week. I have a job to do. We're hanging lights and all that stuff,
You're
so
getting ready
we're
for
going to make it
tomorrow?
happen for tomorrow.
Tomorrow we've got a big
Going to
day
blow your
coming up.
mind, the lights. Okay, it's a great job. So
Here's my
Hector
question
and
to
Brady.
you, though.
Yes,
Are your lights hooked up to a clapper?
No.
my lights. No, what happened is then instead of playing music, I do the clapper,
But it makes the lights go. They
the
are on
music,
a clapper.
the
Sound
sound, any
vibration.
sound.
So Brady's walking around going like
Yeah.
this.
We
They
were
got
all
Brady
doing
up
it.
on the podcast loft. They got him on the ladder.
We were all doing it.
Brady, you talk about what Brady said, and he claps and lights go on.
Yeah,
The more he
absolutely.
claps, the more
It's
noise
magic.
he makes.
It's magic.
Magic goes,
That's
exactly.
magic. Okay, so
like
now
that, Brady?
I'm gonna have those lights set up in a way that you can go like this with your magic stick, and the lights go on.
My wand, my magic stick.
That
you gotta
ain't,
stop
that
calling
ain't
it
gonna
that.
happen, but good
When you
good
go
luck
like
with
this
that.
with your magic
No.
stick,
Maybe we can
the
put some
will come
lights.
on, too.
We can put some lights on her magic
I-
stick.
we could-
actually, that one up there does have lights. So I'll have to
Really?
share
We
that.
could put a string with a button, so when she hits the button, the lights will go off. That
Okay,
I
that
did.
sounds good. Okay, guys, so
We got it.
excellent. It's Monday. Mark
It's
Anthony
Monday.
has a new excellent song. It's called Contigo todos los lunes parecen viernes. That means with you, all Mondays are Fridays. So for me, today is
You
Friday.
gonna play it for us?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you know-
Contigo todos los lunes parecen viernes. Mark Anthony, I'm sorry. Okay, take care.
Do you know why that's important, right? Because Fridays are Viernes Sociales,
Viernes
social
Sociales.
Fridays.
Yeah.
Monday is Monday Blues. Do you know that more people die of heart attacks on Mondays at 11 o'clock than any other time during the week?
So we are safe today.
True story.
We're safe. It's 12, 14, 17. We're good to go. We passed that hurdle.
Yes, I feel very healthy. And the other thing, I just wanted, before we get to Sarah, the one thing I wanted to tell you and him that affect you guys directly
Yeah.
is that our neighbor, Israel,
Yeah.
is a singer.
Really?
He has sung with some of the biggest Latino clubs
Mhm.
in the history of history. So I thought he was kidding me. And he starts to sing over here. I
Yeah.
says, holy smokes. He hates Mark Anthony.
I gotta tell you, what that man can create inside his auto body repair
Let me tell
shop.
you, no, let me tell you what he doesn't like about his music. He likes the old classics.
From Mark Anthony or from the Puerto
Before
Rican?
Mark,
Yeah.
you know, like the Finding All Stars. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
yeah.
breaks into all this music, and then he starts doing that little step. I'm like, holy smokes! So I asked him to come and test the mics to sing, so you and him could do a duet.
Right, matter of fact, I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and I said, then this is going to be one of the upcoming stars for El Fuego. I said, we're going to have you, El Fuego, in one of the opening acts. So he says, great. So Israel from Puerto Rico. And talking about Puerto Rico, you guys know what Puerto Rico is going through, right? So
Earthquake, another one.
another one,
yesterday.
yes. So.
Which is why I'm wearing my Puerto Rico hat,
Okay,
by the
great.
way.
All of us should be
Earthquake.
praying for them and Salara.
5.8.
80 dogs and cats are coming over to the Tri-County Rescue Shelter right here on Boca Rail Road. So if anyone is looking, they've got 80. I think they just came over. They're coming over this weekend.
600 houses were affected.
Unbelievable.
How's your family?
They're fine, but you know, I got to send money, and it's difficult to do that when they don't have a method. But now they tell me Walmart has the generators working, so I'm gonna
The whole island's out of power?
we just said Humacao just got the power yesterday and the water. They had to shut it down to save the grid. And there's all sorts of stuff going on. Political. I heard that
Oh, yeah.
Trump sent emergency aid, and now he's sending FEMA and everything else. It's just so slow in the way they do things. You know, it's that Caribbean mentality. It's just political.
It's a process, political.
Oh, but let me tell you about Caribbean mentality. The plus side of that is we have an artist, an entire event coming next week. I spoke to her today. There is water taxis in Fort Lauderdale going to some spectacular $1 million homes to spotlight the artists of the Caribbean. So we were just invited to that as well. So she's coming on Monday, and they're
She's bringing the water taxi here
She
because I ain't
asked
got
if
no
we could
water.
house, potentially house some of these artists, because what it costs to send them back over to the Bahamas, they don't want to send it over. They'd rather keep it in States.
So is the water taxi coming?
By way of Glades Road, yes, of course.
They go on land?
No, I'm kidding. The water
That's
taxi
chitty
is-
chitty bang bang.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
We were invited down there to
Time.
water taxi.
Time out. Listen.
Yes,
I used to live in Fort Lauderdale.
yes.
There's that Daffy Duck boat. And,
The duck tours.
and the damn thing goes on the land, and then it goes in the water. So what are you making fun of me?
The water taxi is not coming here, but
It's a water taxi.
We were invited to go down there to the event and perhaps house some of these artists through September, when they would like to hold an event here. So she's coming on Monday.
Water taxis go on land and water if you
right.
have the right taxi.
Some more to come with that. Wait till I show you some of this artwork. It is spectacular. Mia, you good? Welcome, Mia. We have a new producer joining us from FAU. Not only is she a producer with us, she is a mixologist. So stay tuned. We'll let you know when that segment's coming up as well.
And her name I can remember because it's Mia Mia. Mia Mia. Isn't that a song from a play or something?
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
There you
I'm
go.
glad you're in his head and you knew what he was talking about.
Where she sings.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Sarah Spiritual.
Get your questions ready.
888-994-4995. Get your
people are writing
questions
in
ready.
already.
Give us a call or write in or come over to the studio.
No, don't write in. Call in because I'm not going to read these over the other. No.
888-994-4995.
That's her show on Wednesday.
And we'll be right back.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
And we're back.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. We are live with Sarah Spiritual. I don't know where these are, but this came in. You got mail.
No, we didn't hear it. So you can't announce it until you got mail.
All right. We'll keep rolling and going with that as well.
Oh, would you play it?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're not gonna be able to hear it, but I'll play it.
Okay.
You've got mail.
Played.
And there you have it. I heard it.
I didn't set it up on the other computer.
Look, you got mail. What is that?
You got mail. This is our business spotlight of the day, New York's finest barbershop. We're on Sterling Road. I don't even know where we got this from, but
That came from Linda.
Linda Emery.
Yeah.
New York finest barbershop. That's where it came from. You
And
can
there's
check
a
them
shout out
out
for
down
today.
on Sterling Road, 954-321-3344.
Very cool.
A lot going on with that as well.
There you go. All right. Get a haircut.
Go
All
get
right.
yourself a haircut.
Let's move on because we have Sarah Spiritual. Now, Sarah Spiritual was with us when we started this voyage 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Right in the beginning.
At the beginning, at the fourth show in,
Yeah,
show
right
in?
after dawn began.
Long time ago.
Right after the dawn began? Is that like a boom?
Dawn began. Dun, dun, dun,
AD.
dun.
After dawn.
And she came in and we had a nice set. Were you on with us 2 hours that day as well, no?
Yeah,
And then I started doing production with her. I've been with you now 2.5 years.
2.5 years, yeah.
And she just completed what number show?
Oh, Lord.
I was going to say,
300,
how do you
200?
keep track of it? You always know what number you're on, and I think about what number are we even on? I have no idea.
Well, remember, I only do one a week, so it's a little easier for us to count.
Yeah, but
Just
you
count
do
the
multiple
weeks.
hours. Sarah used to do 3 hours a week with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. That's a tough nut.
Yeah, but she's still doing 2.
Yeah.
And now she's doing 2. Thank God.
Yeah.
My soul says thank you.
Your bladder
Yeah.
says thank you, I think.
I know, because you can't move. No, and then you can't go to the bathroom because you have to do the
That's what I
commercials.
know. That's what I'm saying.
And we have learned so much about production using her show that now we don't even get the news we don't get the radio noise. We cut out the radio noise and we have Sarah's
Right.
music. So the other day she was rehearsing because she opened up for Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
All kidding aside. And she's singing the song. So I said, Sarah, why don't you stand up so we can hear it and fill up the room? So I had my
It
camera
was a
on.
trick. The whole thing was a trick.
And I had my camera on.
I know.
And I posted, and you saw all the hits he got?
Yeah.
It was tremendous. How was that event that you did?
That event was spectacular. They raised a lot for the children, a lot of gifts, and all the vendors did really well. And the talent, I have to say, there was amazing talent. Young talent, singing, performing, dancing. They did a great job.
Was that the event in Wellington? Is
It was the
still
event
in Wellington?
at the Equestrian Center.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful there. We used to have it at the amphitheater there in Wellington, but they couldn't accommodate. We had over 10,000 people there.
Really?
So it was packed. It was packed.
Whoa, wait a minute. You had 10,000 people at the event that you went to?
Yeah, absolutely.
10,000?
10,000 people. People were milling about. There was different stations for food and different vendors. But in the theater section, where the equestrians watch the horses, it was full. So when I stood up to sing, you have to take that breath. You're like, oh God, here we go. It's
Was that
gonna
the
be-
largest you've ever done that?
No.
It was being bigger.
Yeah, it's been bigger. But that was just such a great feeling.
It's
to
been
get up there
bigger
and do it.
at the amphitheater than 10,000?
No, it's just been bigger in general.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. That's amazing. You've been
She's-
doing that for a long time.
I've been doing that now for 5 years.
I remember because Connecticut was here about a month ago already. So we hadn't seen her in a long time, but she
Yeah.
used to promote that event with you all the
Yes,
time.
absolutely.
Connecticut. She was here the other day, and she came by to say hi. And I think, is she working with you?
She's doing different things with me, yes,
Yeah.
and she takes my classes too, so it's a great experience to have her there. First, she was at the other side of the window, and I used to be like, okay, go to commercial, wrap it up. And now she's one of my students, and she participates, and she's helped organize some things in the center. So you form friendships in this environment.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I look around and I see what what he's done with Brady is unbelievable.
Who's Brady?
You call him B-Man.
Oh, yes.
But yes, the relationships and the friendships, Teddy is beyond spectacular. And gosh, Teddy, you're coming up on a year, I think, this week maybe, right?
Yeah.
The 19th, I think it was. God bless you. See, he sneezed on the truth.
Now, Teddy's coming with me because Sarah's doing a live show from her
I was
studio.
going to say, don't you take Teddy from me. I'll share her with you.
No, she's
but-
coming with me Wednesday. She'll be back Thursday.
Okay, good.
We're going to go up and do the remote production in Sarah's studio. You ever been to Sarah's studio? I think you were there once.
I
no?
have a couple times, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a magical place. She has a bed of crystals.
Ooh, I love crystals.
And don't try laying down on that bad boy because it hurts. But we're going to be doing a production there. And what time? Because I think you're going to start early and then do the production from 6 to 8. Is that the way
Correct.
you're doing
We're inviting people to come anywhere from 5 o'clock till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll be there. We're there to answer questions. Live audience, so it'll be a powerful time.
I want to fill up your place. I want 100 people to show up, so you have to put them outside. It's always best to have that problem, so we don't have to work the phones. And then that way we can ask 100 questions and eat up all the time. Yes, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, because there's always something that goes on with electronics.
And that's because of me.
Yeah, but
I was going to say,
she
as long as
whacks
she
it
keeps
out.
her hands down in here, we're good.
No, if I start going like that,
No,
we're in
no,
trouble.
no, we don't do
He's like,
that.
put the hands down.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
the wand. So
I got the one, we're
She's
good.
got it under
But
control.
don't do it because it has happened. I went up there with Dylan. Everything was working.
It's
in
happened. Do you
pre-op.
remember? But iHeart it happened.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But I went up there with Dylan. Everything was working, and we hit the button to go, and we lost the screen. Remember? We had to do it by hand. And when we were at the place in Meisner,
Yeah.
Juniors.
we didn't know Teddy, right?
No, it was years ago.
We did shows, Teddy, from 3 o'clock to 9.
Yeah.
No, we
There's
did shows
Or 1
from
o'clock.
Like 1
12
o'clock.
o'clock.
Yeah.
You
You
and
started
I
with
did
your
our
show.
show from 12 o'clock until 9 o'clock that
And we
night.
brought in show after show after show with a maybe 15, 20-minute break in between. And we finished it with Sarah at night from 6 to 8, 6 to 7, I don't know what it was.
5 to, it was like 5.
It was 5 to 8, and for 3 hours. And Junior's was packed from 12 all the way through. I think it sort of a little bit less at 3, 4 o'clock, but then it was standing room only. And the guy from Junior says, "Freddie, they don't leave." That was the problem. That people would not leave. So we said, "Okay, we got to kick them out."
So here's the thing. There are people, I know, Shocker, that is, they don't know who Sarah is.
Sarah
Because Sarah's
Spiritual?
a nighttime demographic.
No, people
She's
know
weekend, not all necessarily in our demographic. So why don't we let Sarah
Who
share who
is Sarah
she is,
Spir-
what
who
she
are
does.
you? Who are
Because Sarah's spiritual, right? You're not a medium.
Right.
So we need to clarify that. What is a spiritual advisor? What do you do?
Well, spiritual advisor, we offer insight and we get guidance from your angels, your guides. We tune in, we tap in, but I really go on a journey of the soul with a little bit of information from you, your birthday. That is your blueprint for your soul, and that soul opens up and gives me an idea of your journey. Now, of course, you have free will, so you have to open up that path yourself and decide what your choices will be. Now, I do mediumistic work, and by that I mean if, as I'm giving you information about yourself, your journey, where you've been, my spirit guides are very specific with dates, times, things that have happened in people's lives. Someone who crossed over may pop in, and if they do, I get an awareness, I get a sense, I get feelings, I feel people's illnesses, I look at what looks like to me a movie clip, and it flashes before my eyes, and then I have a train of thought. So Dawn, even as I hear you and Freddie speak, I hear you talk and I have my thoughts, and my thoughts are going this way, and then I have another layer of thoughts that rest on top of me. And when I'm speaking with someone, I have to remove my own personal self out of the story. It's not my opinion. It's just the sense, the feeling, the awareness, the knowing that I know. And it's given to me on an upper level bit of information.
Is that
and that's
all the
where I pull
time,
it.
Sarah, or can
All
you
the
shut
time.
it off?
It's all the time, but when I'm out, I'm shut off, like I'm living my regular life. But sometimes I'll hear some commentary, but it's not for me to run up and go, let me tell you, grandma's here. You know, it's for me, it's not that, because I do it all day. I sit with about, I don't know, it could be about 14 people in the course of a day, every day. I do some at the center, I do some on the phone, Skype, internationally. So I'm always connecting to people. So when I'm off, I'm off. Like, I don't want to know.
Well, I
So
want
he's at the grocery store. She doesn't run up to someone and say, "Oh, by the way."
I want to ask about that because the second meeting made a living. That show made a living of her
Yeah.
going to the supermarket and saying, "Excuse me, you don't know me, but," and I want to know. I know your mother died, and blah blah blah. And she says hi, and she's okay, and don't worry. And is that a setup or is it real?
It can happen. It can. If I trained myself and my collective conscious connection, the guides that assist me, if I train them, they would provide me information that way. It's just I have developed a skill set with them very naturally that has just fallen through. And because I'm a very left brain person, it falls into place and they make it make sense to me so that in conversation I can explain it in a way that is relatable to people in their lives.
I was going to ask you the delivery of it, right? If you see illness and you see what you see, you can't run up to someone and say, "Oh my gosh, you've got 2 days left to live." or
Right.
it's how you deliver the information. And every Wednesday when I tune into you, you get all kinds of phone calls, and the
All
way
kinds.
you deliver it is always with a soft touch. The information is, but it's how someone interprets it. Maybe not so soft to you.
No, no,
On commercial break is
I
all I
have
can
to
say.
shut everything off because I hear the other side.
Yeah, but on the other side, she delivers the information,
does,
and
but
it's
my
up
God.
to them to interpret it. But you never say, you may see something, I see something going on in this area. You don't say, oh my gosh, you need to go to the doctor, this
Right.
is imperative. The delivery on something like that is so important.
No, Sarah's
It
pretty
is.
honest. She'll tell somebody, do you think that this is Mr. or Mrs. Right? And Sarah will say, not so much.
Yeah, but I'm talking about illness, because that,
Yeah.
if you see and feel that, and people call and they say, I've had this and this and this, and you'll say, oh, I see something is happening here, maybe it's starting there. I've never heard Sarah say, this is terminal, this is this. You've
Well-
got 6
Well, she
weeks
has to be
left.
careful.
I
Well,
have
that's
to.
exactly what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
delivery of this information on you, and you get this flash, and then you have to
I have to
put the
articulate
physical
it.
world back into it
Yeah.
and deliver it articulately.
I do. And I'm very careful to say I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose. I'm being made aware of a feeling, a thought, an energy. And that feeling, thought, and energy is making me feel as if something's going on here. You may want to get that checked. Now, we've actually had some healings actually happen on the radio where I've had people call in and we've worked on their energy. So the woman calls in, she's been in a chair for a long time and she's having severe pain. Yes, she can walk, but it's difficult for her to walk. And so she called in and we actually tapped into the angels. We gave a live energetic transformation, a healing. And she called us back and we have a testimony that she can walk without pain. So we don't know what is going to come through me. I am just the conduit. I'm the vehicle for the expression of source energy, and that's what I do.
Do you have one of your favorite stories that you've worked with Sarah a long time? One of your most aha moments or anything as her producer?
Really?
That's a good question for you, Freddie.
I-
This is going to be interesting.
Mia, got that?
She
Got it?
well, we talked about, she just did to me. I was actually producing Sarah's show up in iHeart Studios, and I got sick.
I remember that.
I got
Yeah,
sick
that
really,
was a
really
rough
bad.
one.
And I could barely finish that show. And that's the night that I ended up in the hospital. And I was laying in ICU, and I asked for my phone because I wanted to make sure her show got out. And it was because I also lost my mom when I was talking to Sarah and everything else. But that particular show rings in my head more than anything else because there were people that called in that night. And Sarah has this unique deal of when she speaks to you, she does this thing where she takes you to a corner. And it's your inner self that she's talking to. And I've never seen this in all my years. And I've seen people in Sarah's profession and everything else and what she does spiritually in my whole life. I've seen plenty of it. But this woman came out, she became a young person again, and she found what feared her. And I was amazed. I mean, I was like, and we went to commercial, I'm still looking at Sarah. I missed the cue and
This
everything
was
else.
on the phone or in person?
It was on the phone
On the
live
phone.
on the show, during the show. Woman called in with a question, and Spirit said, the question is just a reaction. You need to get to the root and the source.
Right.
And so I went to the root and the source. And we do this often, depending on the show. And people just, they cry. I mean, they open up the vulnerability, the authenticity of the callers. For our show, the callers make the show. They are the energy that supports the show. They're the energy that transforms everything because they're being vulnerable. They're being authentic. They are the individuals who are really ready for transformation. And an answer, I can give anyone an answer, Dawn. And if they decide to hook their energy into that answer, it's going to happen. But you have to really want to make the shift and change to sustain that result.
With anything, right?
Yes.
And you have these people, I mean, you can ask a question or you can look, or you can be searching for an answer. And those two are two different things.
Yeah.
And asking a question is easy. But when you're looking for an answer, that's when it becomes an interesting piece.
Do you think people ask a question without searching for the answer?
A lot of people,
When they call Sarah.
a lot of people, from what I have experienced with Sarah, will ask questions to ask. But then Sarah will find, sometimes I ask Sarah, can you do 20 calls today. There's numbers that we want for ratings and everything, but the technical side. And she'll miss that mark by a lot, but you got to look at the quality of those calls, about what happened, about people crying and how they change themselves and where they come from, and this whole thing. And she's able to captivate that within a specific amount of time. Time is the problem here. If Sarah were to talk to somebody for a day, you would have all the time in the world, but she's doing these things one after the other which is amazing to me.
There are times you can't get through on your phone lines.
It's always packed.
Yeah,
It's
you,
always
you can't
packed.
get through.
It's
You
always
can't get
packed.
through.
But
Do you
there's-
guys have any questions for Sarah? No.
You know, you know what? I really want to share with you this, that the question is never the question. People ask the question that they think they want to know. But underneath the question is the test, the lesson, and the journey. And I take people to the question's core, and I take them on the journey. We go to a journey as to where their real soul is calling them to be. It's not about, am I supposed to be dating this person?
Right.
It's about what's your worth? Where do you want your life to be? How do you envision it? Because most people settle. They don't feel they're worthy to have it all. And they are coming from a place of not enoughness, human comparison, the human condition, the human limitation. So these are the aspects that feed people and their choices, and henceforth their questions. So they're
Because
coming
they'll
from a
ask-
wounded spot.
Right, they'll ask, is this job right for me? Should I leave? Instead of the bigger picture of,
I'm not happy in my job, so at this moment I'm considering a change. Would that be in my highest good? The fact that you ask the question already tells us that there's some dissatisfaction. The fact that you ask the question means you're questioning something within yourself. And where do you want that to take you?
And the deepness of that, of that, how deep does it go? How much does it affect you as a person? I mean, that may be the question, but is that the meaning? And there's a big difference here. And when you start watching her work, and you know, we're in the production business. It's a show. I mean, this is showtime, you know?
It's a show.
it is, but it's people's lives also.
But it changes. And what has taught me this business to make it from the heart was producing that show. Everything that we do in here, Mia, and you're learning because you're new, everything that you do in here, I told you before, has a reason. And to set up Sarah's set, Sarah has a different set. And there's a reason for that set. And I had to, you should see the way I hang this stuff. It looks like any second it's gonna fall apart, right?
Yeah.
But there's a
Pretty much.
reason, behind it. It hasn't in 2 years. There's a reason behind it to grow and go. And the more comfortable people are with themselves, which is I think what she enhances, the deeper the question.
But again, she can answer the question, but it's free will. And what are you going to do with that information?
And you have to be
Continue
invited
on.
into and all of that, don't you? Well, if you're calling, is that an invitation?
Yes, that's instant permission to answer their question and take them on the journey.
Have you ever found a question you didn't want to answer, Sarah?
Yes.
And how do you get out of it?
It depends on the question, but you really have to work through that and say, at this moment in time, that's not in your highest good.
This moment in time, boy, you know how many times I've heard that?
It's not in your highest good.
It's amazing because I get to interview Sarah Spiritual today.
Well, the amazing thing is, both of you in the same room for 2 to 3 hours a week is interesting to me.
Well, you have to sit there and you have to be quiet, and you just have to let her. The room changes, and at the WNN studios, because you can hear Sarah Wednesdays from 6 to 8 on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. There's a whole bunch of other stations.
96.9 and 103.9.
There you go. She knows them. The difference is that in that place, there are things that happen because Bobby lost his daughter.
Yes.
So there are other things that are going on in that room, and you should see how Sarah has to sort of calm everything down. There's a certain pen, a certain paper. Everything has a certain. It doesn't even just go.
Oh, of course it's not. No,
Yeah.
it's not just go. But the two of you in a room together, interesting.
It is, and it's not an easy set. I mean, I would challenge anybody to do that set. It's not easy because you have to sort of focus on what you're doing.
We have
We
a
got a
caller.
call?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we got a caller.
Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. This is Melanie calling from Seattle.
Hi, Melanie.
How's Seattle? I'm sorry that your Seahawks lost yesterday.
I was really close, Melanie.
I
We
know.
tried for you.
I know, we
It was-
tried.
It was very sad. but next year.
Next
Super
year,
Bowl.
yes.
And it's snowing crazy today.
Wow.
Send me a snowball, please. All right, Sarah, why don't you go from
Okay.
here?
Just had a question for Sarah. Just wondering, you're accepting questions, right, Sarah?
Yes.
Yes, we are, Melanie.
Anything happening over the next 3 months that you could see for me?
Well, Melanie, let me just ask. I need your birth month and birthday. I don't need the year, just the birth month and birthday.
8/14, a Leo.
Okay. So, Melanie, the first thing that I'm made aware of is that the winds of change are upon you. You're getting ready to embark upon a new, I'm going to use the word venture, opportunity. There's change coming that is going to open up a journey of expansion. It's as if the seeds that you have sown over the past 2 years are getting ready to become solid in the ground and begin to create a new opportunity for you. Are you getting ready to morph something in your envisioning of your work career process?
Yeah, I'm just not currently working just for myself right now, but I'm trying to make a transition, figure out what I want to do spiritually, and move out of my current spot.
Winds
I'm
of
in right
change
now.
winds of change are upon you. When I first heard your voice, they took me back to 2014. 2014 set the time, set the station, set the movement for you for where you are now. So this transition brings you through the next 18 months. When I take you through the mid-2021, I can't believe I have to talk about that, but mid-2021, this is where you've closed out a cycle in your life and you've really put yourself on a different path, the path of your purpose, your passion, your soul, aligning yourself with some different set of people. It's like you've been changing the group of people that you connect with. We kind of shedding of the old, getting ready for the new. And this process really sets you up for 2022. I don't know if we're considering a move, but there may actually be a physical move that comes to you between now and 2022, so get ready for that. It's an awakening and opening for you. You're ready to take new heights. I also feel the strong connection to the angels. Angels are with you, all around you, because I'm feeling their vibration in my physical body. And Spirit is also making me aware of the digestive tract. You want to find a better balance in that because that seems off. And I don't know if we've had a problem with the hip, the left hip, the leg, but it seems to be out of sorts.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's off, yes, it's out of alignment. And
It is
causes
out of
lower
alignment.
back pain.
But so you're not feeling supported, you're not feeling stable, you're not feeling as if you have the people on your side, and it's time for you to sit and be by yourself for a little bit. You know, I just started to hear Eric Carmen in my head, all by myself, don't wanna be. But this is your time to be all by yourself. It's your time to kind of retreat and rejuvenate. Archangel Michael, very much with you. Archangel Shamuel is talking about unconditional love, self-practice of unconditional love, and sharing with others. It's going to be an interesting 3 months. Step away from the things that no longer serve you. Recognize that, and also the people who are not the right vibrational match. When I spin you into May, spring has sprung and the winds of change have really kicked up, and new opportunities will have begun for you.
Fantastic. Yeah, I feel Michael and Samuel as well. I see them a lot. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Awesome, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I'm
much for
excited.
calling. God bless you.
So accurate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
God bless.
And another satisfied customer.
All right, give us a call. Our phone lines are open. 888-994-4995. Take a quick commercial break. This segment brought to you by MobiPop. For all the information on our MobiPop, you can text CAFE, C-A-F-E, C-A-F-E, to 55312.
What happened to your mouth?
C-A-F-E.
C-A-F-E.
CAFE to 55312. You can get all the information on the Brooklyn Cafe Show. You can even get a 10% discount on your own business MobiPop, from small business even to large corporate businesses as well. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place. including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on wow, what a magical Monday we've got going on. We had a caller for Sarah's Spiritual. Our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. It is a new semester, so we've got new crew that we're in training. Tomorrow we've got a big production. We have the beautiful music of Ian Michaels. He's coming in from England. He's performing in Hallandale, actually, on Wednesday. So he's joining us tomorrow with the Kramer-Durkin duo. So we've got the violinist and the pianist joining us, as well as Ian Michaels. So come on out as a free concert in the park for you.
That's what it is. And they're setting it up. They're setting the stages, the lights, and everything else. Now, did you hear over the weekend what occurred?
Yes, as a
On
matter
the
of fact.
podcast? You heard?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to tell me that the Royals are breaking away. I thought you were going, like,
No, that's
train
coming-
of thought with the England.
No, that's coming to an end.
What's coming
They
to
called
an
an
end?
emergency meeting
Oh,
today.
I know. The Queen called an emergency
Yeah.
meeting.
But I'm going to tell you, it's because of the brother and because of the wife. It's always the woman.
I knew you were going to say that.
But it's true.
It's always when the sister-in-laws don't get along is a problem, right?
No, she
Yeah.
decided to work for Walt Disney World.
Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The media's been ragging on them forever for absolutely nothing.
Because she is.
No, but like even before they were married, they ragged on him all the time.
Well, you know something. When you're royalty, you know everything that their lifestyle is all supported by the taxes of the English people, right? You can't come living over here and think you. So she says, "Well, we'll get a job like regular people," but you're not regular people.
Yeah, there's nothing.
No, but she's not, and if she thinks she is, then go live in Fort Lauderdale by yourself. I like my king and queens.
Really?
That's right. Because if you're gonna be pompous, I want you to be pompous all the way.
Well, who said they're pompous? Maybe they're just like
Royal family?
you and me.
They're not like you and me.
Maybe Harry and Meghan are just
Please,
like
somebody
you and
feeds
me.
them tuna fish.
You know what? Everyone puts on their pants and their skirt the same way.
Except for them. They are royalty.
Why? I can adjust my crown just like she adjusts hers.
You
It's all
can
the
do that,
same,
but
right?
you're not the queen. But anyway,
Says
says whatever. Listen, I was talking
who?
about.
I got you 2 for 2. Sarah's got you spinning. I kind of like this, Sarah.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I was talking about the ampitup.fm
Where you-
podcast
yeah.
on Facebook, where now you're going to find the shows on podcasts. And the logo of the shows are going to be podcasted as well. See, that took a trick. Not easy to do.
It's a low, so you have the screenshot with the
Yes.
podcast.
So
it
I had
doesn't-
Fuego, I had Moby Pops, and then I made it a podcast so you can hear it on Spotify and 9 other major places.
Very
So
nice.
Sarah's Spiritual Show will be on that channel as well. We are looking to explore and expand because I may become royalty.
Yes.
You
And
are
she's going to be
royalty.
looking for a new man soon, baby. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Oh, yeah. They're going to snap it off.
No, that prenup, I'm sure, is pretty much
A
ironclad.
prenup this, that don't make a difference. If she wants to be independent, they're going to show what that feels like.
Give us a call. Our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. And while Teddy is transferring over the call, I'm going to ask Sarah, is there one reading that stands in your mind?
Of the 10 years that you've done this? One reading.
We're going on 11 years. I can't believe it. You know,
Or two.
there's some readings where people's loved ones have come through that have totally blown me away. To feel their presence, to know that they're there, to have them like touch my hands and make me aware of a bracelet or something that's really important to a person. And those calls stay with me. And to hear someone's relief and crying. But the all-time best call was a call from a man. His name was Mr. Giovanni, and he called in. He was in the hospital, and he had cancer, and they had said that he really didn't have much time, and so he was one of my clients, and he said, you know, I need to talk to Sarah. And just the fact that people have so much confidence in the energy that flows through, not so much in me, but in the energy that flows through. And you hear him on the call going, Sarah, Sarah, they say I'm going to die, Sarah. And I said, well, that doesn't have to be a reality. And I said, we're going to open up the energy channel and we're going to pray. And he said, I feel it. And he bought himself another 2 years just from that call.
Wow.
And there was another woman who was very uncomfortable in her house. The energy was off. And I said, I scanned her house, I described her house, but as I first walked into the house, this is one of the skills that Spirit has with me. They kind of decide where the energy's off in a house, and I have the ability to see the house almost from a blueprint point of view, not so much as to what there's a cup on the table. It's an energetic blueprint. And as I first went to go to the house, all of a sudden you hear her say, oh my God, I feel you. I feel you. I can feel your presence. I can feel you. She felt the energy. Now, she thought she felt me. It wasn't me. It was the energy that goes before me. I have this energy that will precede everything. It's the same way, Freddie, you knew I arrived at the iHeart station the day that I arrived, but I hadn't even pulled into the parking lot. Yeah. And you said, Sarah's about ready to walk in. And all of us have this. We all have our energy that will go before us to kind of clear the way. But mine has developed to such a presence that it engulfs everything that is before it, just to make sure all is well.
Is that some of the training that you're saying about having the ear to listen? Because everybody has it. It's just
everybody
has
to do it. Everybody has it.
Now, we had a caller. Did you get her name?
I think Mary.
Mary? Mary, if Mary, we got disconnected. Please call her back. She was on hold. She didn't realize it. Call us back and you can ask your question.
888-994-4995.
Now, the amazing thing, and that's Mary, and the amazing thing about what you do is that you're able to do it so quickly.
Yeah.
Like somebody may be able to do what you do, and it takes them a little bit time to settle down and get their bearings again, and boom. But you're able to, she can handle 20 people at one time. And are you getting the messages? Are you feeling it all one after the other? Like
You know, it's interesting. I had this conversation with someone the other day. It's, you know, I love cars. I love my Mustang. I love cars. I don't drive stick shift, but it's almost like I'm constantly changing gears. And I believe the way it feels, it's I have different guides that bring me information. So one comes in and gives me the information, then the other one comes in and gives me information. So it's like having 5 or 6 people talking to me, or a train of thought at the same time, and it's like we change the gear and they put me right where I need to be to pull the information. So it's very systematic. Again, it's a corporate mentality that I have, as far as, you know, I have to be organized in my mind, because otherwise I would be a muddled mess. So I put it together in a way that it makes sense to me, and it's literally like changing gears.
All right,
We've got a line of
let's try.
calls,
Let's
so.
try the first one. Who's the first one?
All right, the first one is Miss Sue.
I'm all right.
All right, Miss Sue, you're on the air. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Good, good. And where are you
for
calling?
taking my call.
And where are you calling from?
Pembroke Pines.
Pembroke Pines, Sarah. And Sarah's getting. I've seen
getting her
this move.
paper.
I've seen this move before.
Sue, what is your birth month and day, please?
November 4th.
Okay, so the first number on my paper here is a 4. I don't know if the camera can see that, but I already knew that you had the vibration of a 4 with you, because it's a very powerful time for you. Last year, was that a little bumpy for you, Sue? Were you kind of going through some shifts and changes? Because it feels as if you're kind of coming up out of a shift and change, and almost like we had gotten broken or disrupted for a second. Does that make sense to you?
I had a family
Issue. Yes.
I have a very
Yeah.
conflicted family issue.
Yes. And it's, you know, it's interesting because that family issue that is going on is so, how shall I say, pulled in many directions. You've got a lot of different people who are pulling on you, and you're trying to stay in the middle and stay neutral in all of that. Is that correct? I'm just seeing us pulled in a lot of different directions over this family issue. And it took a lot out of you as you moved through that. Yes?
It was about setting boundaries.
Yes. And there's,
I had to set boundaries.
you have to. And that was for your own self-wellness and self-care as well. And when I move you forward in this 2020 time, you're on a whole new dynamic, a whole clear slate. However, some of those issues and boundaries didn't just go away. You're going to have to restrict and maintain them to move yourself forward. Sue, what is your question for me?
I am in the infancy of a healing practice, and I also am putting feelers out for a new job, and I wanted to see if Spirit had something to say about either or both of those things.
What did you say about putting the feelers out for a new job? Well, you're in the infancy stages, you said?
I'm in the infancy stages of a new healing practice. I'm
Okay.
a spiritual healer.
Perfect, perfect. Infancy stages, you know, you're developing a new attitude, a new shift. April is a monumental time for you. I feel as if you're connecting and collecting some connections with people is how they make me feel. And I feel like you're making a major shift in April. So that shift is going to catapult you into the next 4 months. And when I spin you into the month of July, I feel like you feel more relaxed, more as if you have arrived. Not only do I see Archangel Raphael with you, but I also want to introduce you into the energy of Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron is the powerhouse that's going to lift you up. And I'm also seeing a lot of crystals. Are you working with some crystals, please?
I use a lot of selenite. That's mainly what I use.
Okay. Introduce some other crystals because selenite does some powerful things, but we want to introduce the amethyst. You want to make sure you have some black onyx, black tourmaline with you as well. You want to kind of work with different energies, the clear quartz and the rose quartz. You're going to be seeing a lot of people who are kind of, as you are, healing the heart chakra. So it's really important that you work with the heart chakra and you work with that energy. So work with your crystals, and I'm also seeing some essential oils being of great assistance to you. And I also feel as if you need to kind of submerge yourself in some Epsom salts with some essential rosemary oil. That'll kind of clear and alleviate some of the muscle congestion that I feel within your physical body. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. You want to alleviate some of that inflammation. Thank you, Sue, for calling. Greatly appreciate it. I trust I've been of service to you.
Thank you, Sue.
That's a wonderful message. I had goosebumps.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sue.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye.
God bless.
Got two
And
more.
we've got more, huh, Teddy?
What do you got, Teddy?
Yes.
Who's next on the line?
The next caller.
All right.
We have Miss Mary.
Mary,
Miss
you're
Mary.
back on the phone?
Great.
Hi, Mary. How are you doing?
Hi, Mary.
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Hello.
You know,
Good
I just want
morning.
to I want to say something before we actually talk to Mary. Mary, just stay with me a minute. 2020 is the time for people to really develop their creative outlook in life and to lay down the foundation. It's a time to take the visions that you've had for a very long time and put them into action, and to line yourself up into the knowing of who you are and establishing your truth. And what our caller before, Sue, had shared with us, that she had developed boundaries, and I know that's a pet word over here between the two of you and Dawn, so I know boundaries is a trigger word on this end. But the word boundary is so important because we need to know where our truth is and where the illusion may be. And first we have to establish our own boundaries and what we know to be true. And just as Sue was getting ready to make this transition into this new healing modality, she's getting ready to set new boundaries for the people around her so they can see her in a different way. You know, creative change requires people to see us in a different way. So, Mary, how are you? Welcome. So glad to make a connection with you. Mary, what is your birth month and day?
It is February 8th.
Okay. So community is going to be really, really important to you this year. Connections, community, networking. Mary, what's your question for me today?
My question is I am so incredibly inspired to do a lot of metaphysical projects this year.
Good.
And my first one is a book and one other thing that I want to get out of the way. Do you see that that's how it's going to go down, the one project, the book, and then other things for me this year?
You know what's so wonderful about that is the reason why I had to stop and say this is a year to take the visions. Let's think about what I opened with before I actually took your call. Spirit kind of pushed me, said, let's talk about 2020 being a time of vision, a time to lay down the groundwork and take action on these long-term visions that we've had. And this book has been on your mind for a while. And it is something that is going to move forward. I do feel like there's some fine-tuning that needs to be done, and you also have to have the discipline to get that accomplished and not get distracted. It's because you have a lot of gifts, a lot of talents, and this is a very deep community connection year. It is a networking connection year. And when I move you into the energy of June, I feel like that's a strong platform. I feel like you're actually going to be at an event or connect with people that's going to work for you during that time. And it's such a powerful, powerful time. And I want you also to know, Mary, that I see flowers around you. So flowers make me feel as if there's someone on the other side who's connecting to you, who brings me flowers to give to you. Birthday, anniversary coming up. I don't know if it's your birthday or their birthday. Female energy stands above you, feels as if she's in the mother's position. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes, both June and flowers, if they're yellow.
Okay, great. Because when I first connected with you, they gave me the word mother, so I've got mother here. She was the first one who stepped in, and she'll be supporting you in this book writing as well. All right?
Very good, thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Mary.
Thank you, Mary, for your call.
We've got one more caller. So our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. Let me ask Sarah before we take that.
Yes.
Have you written a book?
I have 5 books that are not finished yet. So talk about discipline. And the interesting thing is every show, every monologue, in a sense, is a book. Because when I open with the monologue, we transcribe them. So I have classes. I have a class that's 300 pages, and we're not done transcribing that class yet. So we've got how-to books, we have thought and process books, and we also have the story of how I met my teacher and how my life changed from a corporate girl to this metaphysical experience. I mean, it was quite the dramatic turnaround in my life that brought me here to Florida and made me open up a center in a state where I knew no one.
That's your first book.
That better be my first
What
book,
about your
right?
fifth book?
My fifth book is a lot of how-tos and a lot of connections with the callers.
Gotcha.
And none of them are finished or published yet.
Not yet, but we have a lot of work ahead of us. So
Well,
we
on
do.
to the sixth book, but let's get some of the 1 through 5 out,
It'll be-
especially
Yes.
your story.
It'll be a
Yes.
movie. All 5
Yeah.
books. That's the name of the
Yeah.
movie, 5 books.
Yeah.
That's like 5 books, yeah.
And it's
That's like the
interesting
Torah.
because the way I write my music, the way that I write the books, the way I teach my class, I don't remember, and Freddie knows this the best, I don't remember what I say. It's as if something else comes through and I actually remove myself from the experience. So when I write a song, I cannot go back and play the song. I don't remember the words. I actually have to take the time to learn the song. I actually have to read what I wrote and go, wow, that's good. Like, I don't know.
I remember the song you wrote when we were up at iHeart, Do You
Yes.
Know Me? And I remember she came into set and played it for you
She
that
still
day.
plays it on her show.
Yeah.
I know. That
Yeah.
was, what, 3-4 years ago, a long
4
time
years,
ago.
yeah. I have over 400 songs that I've written in direct channels, and I sit, I play the piano, which I don't know how to do, but I put my hands on the keyboard and I start to just put my hand on some chords. I know some basic chords, but I can't really play for someone. I just can play my stuff. So don't ask me to play.
That works, though.
That's why Vanilla Ice is coming
Yeah.
open for me.
Yeah.
We have another caller?
Yes.
Yeah, Caller, you're on the line.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there, caller?
Caller, you're on the line.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi, who are we
I'm
speaking
great.
with?
My name is Desiree.
Hi,
Desiree.
Desiree. And where are you calling from?
Yes. I'm in the Bronx.
You're in the...
Oh, wait a minute.
But let me ask you, Desiree, is it the Bronx or is
Da
it
Bronx.
the Bronx?
It's always
Bronx.
the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Da,
So it
D-A.
does- only in your world.
Desiree, isn't it the Bronx?
It is.
What part of the Bronx you calling from?
I'm in Co-op.
Co-op City. Played a lot of
Yeah.
baseball there.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You have a question for Sarah?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Desiree,
my
if I
question
could just
is
ask you
how-
for just one moment, if I could have your birth month and day, that would be great.
January 24th.
Okay. And the first thing I hear in my sound, in my mind, long and winding road that leads to your door. I feel like you've been on quite the journey. Is that correct, Desiree?
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of energy in the heart chakra that they give me. And there's an opening and
Absolutely.
awakening that is coming for you. And I also get this sense of sorrow that is with you as well. And I want you to understand that those that you think of from the journey of your life, which has been an interesting one, thinking of writing a book, you might want to jot down some things because you've had some experiences. You've got a couple of stories to tell. You're never alone. You're never alone. And Desiree, the Blessed Mother comes through for you as well, holding this energy of peace, love, compassion, and allows you to find that center in that space. But lately you've been out of center. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. What is your question for me, Desiree?
My question is, how can I be more connected to my guides
Mm-hmm.
and hear them more?
Yes.
'Cause
Great
I'm
question.
really looking for that guidance.
That's a great question. And I also want to let you know that we're going to be teaching a class on the 28th of January. I always want to say February for that one, but January. And it's available online as live and in my center as well. So we're going to be talking about talking to your guides and working with your angels, particularly the 4 archangels. Allowing your mind to get out of the way is key for you because your mind is a very busy place. And the angels are giving you signs, and sometimes you overestimate, you overanalyze what the signs may be. Pay attention to what they say to you when they say it, and I'll give you an example. When you're asking or thinking of something or someone and something close to it or that person contacts you, They're giving you that opportunity. Many people will tell you to meditate, and for many people that is a challenge to meditate. But to just be able to sit and breathe and to just drop down and feel your breath in your breathing in your lungs, and then drop it down into the center of your chest, almost as if your heart is breathing, that will put you in the rhythm of the universe, and then you'll be more accessible to the hierarchy, the higher guides that are around you. Strong connection for you in this energy of also being aware in the dream state. You get messages in the dream state, is that correct?
Yes.
And your loved ones have also shown themselves to you in the dream state. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Okay. Continue to ask them to give you guidance. There's a song that I wrote from Spirit, and the only reason why I remember it is because it comes up often. And it says, "Don't you cry." That they're right here beside you, watching you, and they're holding your hand. So be open and journal the experiences that you have, whether you find a penny in an unexpected place, a feather, whether you notice patterns of numbers, someone's birthday. I'm seeing a lot of numbers around you as well, and you're starting to notice patterns of numbers. It could be 1111. I see 1121. I also see 444. So pay attention to those numbers because that's a sign that they are with you. Desiree, how did you hear about the show?
I believe somebody shared it into one of our groups as the High Angelic Council, so yeah.
Well, welcome. Glad to have you a part of it. And I have a Wednesday night show from 6 to 8 p.m. where people call in. I hope you join us because it's Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we spend the whole show answering questions. Welcome to the connection. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sure.
Desiree.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to
God
our
bless you.
show. Anytime, call in, and Freddie can do the Bronx thing as well.
Da Bronx.
Da Bronx.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. This segment brought to you by the Reboot Wellness Cruise, and it actually is leaving this Saturday from the Port of Palm Beach to Nassau, Bahamas. It is on the Paradise cruise ship. You can find out more information at rebootcruise.com. Check it out. It's only $525 per person, double occupancy for your own room, $625, and it's about reworking your mind, spirit, body, all in one. It's a holistic approach, and the accountability afterwards. So stay tuned. They'll be joining us tomorrow as well. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Ready, girls? Almost ready. Give Sarah a call. Our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. And we'll be right back.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hey, I'm Tony Twyman, creator of the Reboot Wellness Cruise 2020. I invite you to join us as we set sail on the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's Grand Classica, January 18th through the 20th, for 2 days filled with active lifestyle, healthy nutrition, and virtual wellness. The goal is to get you to experience a vibrational spiritual shift by helping you develop internal balance, sustainable alignment, community, and execution for a healthy, happy life. Walls become doors and mountains move when you understand what you can accomplish. Call 954-998-3284 for more information or visit rebootcruise.com. Join our community by sailing with us to experience a new decade, new you. Again, 954-998-3284 or visit rebootcruise.com. Come sail with us.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Our phone lines are open. This segment brought to you, I always see purple. I think of Healing Moments Wellness Boutique. You can contact Tracy at 561-931-2187. I actually stopped over there over the weekend because, you know, after building the stage and all the sawdust and hanging art, it's so beautiful. But all the dust sort of got into my head, a little bit congested. So, oh my gosh. She gave me a beamer session. I got some new water. I thought of you, Teddy.
Mind you, Dawn sat in a room completely on the other side of the place, and it got to her head.
Well, and then I came in and I cleaned, but here was the most amazing thing. You talk about how spirit and things guide you at a certain time. I got there, and there was a gentleman who was just leaving, and he had had a stroke 2 years ago with not significant improvement. And his daughter was a client of Tracy's, and she gave him a gift certificate, mid-60s. He said he has had more incredible recovery in the 2 months that he has worked with Tracy, that he can actually put his fingers together, right? With things we take for granted of just moving our fingers in our hands, what Tracy has done with him, with the beamer, with just the simple water, and then a signature massage, as she calls it, which means she channels what you need. Because I said, what isn't a signature massage? She said, it's whatever your energy calls in is what she does. From the stones to the crystals to Reiki or massage. It's going to be different for everybody. But reach out to Tracy, and actually his testimonial was nice because I got to hear them record it, and she posted it on the website this weekend. Really what this woman does is short of spectacular.
No, it's really cool, you know, and I took my blood work the other day on Friday. I was challenged by someone who says, I want you to take a blood work right now because I know that you're a mess. Ooh. And I said, okay, so I took my blood work, 114.
Way to go.
I haven't hit 114 in 6 years.
That's awesome.
Talk about the journey.
Talk about the journey. So all of a sudden, and I feel pretty good. All of a sudden, some of the things that I am doing is working. So come and see, if you're a diabetic, come and see Tracy. Let her work with you. I got some other people, Carmen Laser as well, can work with you. Come on down, give it a shot. You know, it feels good to say, yeah, I'm going to be okay.
You know, what a difference. And when you can help one person, and that's what I talked to Tracy about on Saturday. We go through business, right? We have to pay our bills. It's a business. Keep the lights on. But when you can help that one person or those handful of people, the stories that stand out to you, Sarah, and what you remember those stories, then you know it's all worthwhile.
All worthwhile.
So contact Tracy, whatever it is. Even just this gentleman was able to now move his finger and drive again, put his fingers together. 561-931-2187. Tell her Freddie and Dawn sent you. I also think we have another caller.
We do.
Who you got? Who's on the air? You're on the air.
Caller, you there?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are we speaking with?
Giselle Wilson.
Hi, Giselle. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
Florida.
Florida, okay.
Florida. Yes.
Very nice. And have you ever spoken with Sarah before?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Sarah?
Not yet, yes. Giselle, good to meet you. When is your birth month and birthday, please?
Thank you. Same year. 5/21.
Okay. So, Giselle, feels like there's been a lot of chaos around you, yes?
Yes.
Like a roller coaster. And Lord
Lord
knows you want to get off the ride. You're like, get me off this. You know, the first thing that they make me aware of, Giselle, is that this is I'm going to use a term, breakthrough year for you. I feel like you've been stuck, you've been stagnant, you've been feeling limited, finances are not yielding you what you desire them to. And your faith, your trust in a greater power has actually at times been challenged, but you still hold on. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I also made aware of something going on with the feet, the foot. We're having problems with our foot, the feet, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calluses.
Okay. But I feel something a little bit more than that. I don't know if it's some pain when we're walking or some neuropathy. I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose you, but I'm just feeling, pay attention to the feet. Yes, okay. I just feel like they're sore. They're just uncomfortable, and it seems to be because from something else other than you've been walking a lot and other than calluses.
Oh.
So I want you to check on that, all right? Follow up with that. Giselle, what's your question for me?
I'm not sure if this is a spiritual guidance that I visualize all the time in front of me.
Yes.
Seeing a purple eye. And I want to know how to present myself to her.
Okay. To the guide that comes before you, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. First thing I also see around you is a lot of purple light that makes me feel as if you're ready for transformation. You're stepping into a different paradigm of energy for yourself. The first thing that they tell me is that you have healed a lot of hurt and pain from early childhood, even a borderline trauma. Does that make sense to you?
Very much.
Okay.
Yes.
This guide is here to help you through that and transcend through the pain so that you can truly live a fulfilled life, because life, although you're not dissatisfied, you have not been in the fulfillment that you have desired. This energetic being that comes before you is there to enlighten you, to open you. All you need to do is be in the energy of receptivity and allowing, and step into the light. I don't mean the light on the other side, honey. I mean step into the light that's in front of you, because there's a path that's going to open for you. You are here to empower other people, to shift the consciousness of other people. You've got a story to tell. That story is going to make all the difference in the world for you. And as you move yourself forward, you're going to inspire other women. Does this also make sense to you?
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, perfect. She is there to assist you. Envision a purple light coming from the sky, touching into the top of your head, known as the Godhead, around, surrounding you and opening up all the energy around you. And then just say, I am open and receptive to that which is for my highest good, and amazing things will happen for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I needed.
Great. How did you hear about the show today, the Brooklyn Cafe?
I was scrolling on Facebook, and something pulled me to you. That's how.
Well, great. Be sure to like the Brooklyn Cafe page, and be sure to visit us at Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, and continue to follow us. And join me Wednesday night. We're going to do a live show. We are in Florida at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I have a center in West Palm. If you're not local to West Palm, pop on Facebook and watch the show live as we air our show. Okay. All right? Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye, Giselle.
Thank you. And Patricia wants to know if she can call in from Scotland.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, Patricia. You can give us a call from Scotland. I don't know how you dial the States, but the number here is 888-994-4995.
Just call it.
Just give it a call.
We don't know what. We've never had anybody call from Scotland.
Yeah. And we have a lot of people in Scotland.
We have a live question for you as well.
Yes. Mia.
Hi.
Hi.
So say my birthday first.
Birth month and day.
It is November 8th.
Okay, great.
Basically, I just wanted to ask, I've made a lot of changes in the past year of my life. I just wanted to see if you see anything interesting in my future that I should look out for.
Interesting, look out for. I don't know about that, all right?
I'm listening to her word choices.
I know, and I'm listening and saying, well, wait a minute. What I see for you is that this is especially for you a year to get yourself out of your comfort zone. You were kind of in a box for a while, and now you're just like the jack in the box, and you're coming out. Pay attention to the people around you. Not everybody's comfortable with the changes that you've made, and you're going to learn to set your boundaries. When I move you forward into this year, May seems to be an important time. Are we transitioning from something in school or something at this time?
May. I'll be finishing up this semester, finishing up this internship.
Okay, perfect. So this transition will be monumental for you. It's going to be a stepping stone to some other projects. And you really have to believe that you can do it. And that, yes, you're in the right place at the right time. And I also feel as if there's something you want to do for yourself in the media. Is that correct? And that's something where you want to put yourself out in the front, kind of in front in the camera, and get noticed. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that is something that will come for you in the years to follow. All right? You have to believe in you. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You see, did you expect all of this when you came here today?
But then, right, it's about the follow through, right?
It's a follow through, and it's believing in yourself. You know, we have dreams, but we tend to kind of dumb it down and sabotage ourselves because we don't think it's possible. We don't know how it's going to happen. And the how is up to the higher plan. Everything has a purpose. Even that which is tragic has a higher purpose, even though we don't understand it. So good job. You've made a lot of good changes, a lot of personal growth.
It's our purpose. When you use the word purpose, is that the message to teach? Is that something we're learning? We're learning about this stuff, about ourselves.
About ourselves, the journey, recognizing that we're not just a human condition. It's remembering who we are. We are a spirit. The spirit is internal. It transcends time. We live many lifetimes. It's a continuum of energy, and that energy is not limited to one experience. It's a collective conscious experience, and everyone we meet on the path is a part of the plan, the greater plan.
And it's funny because just because Sarah is Sarah, it doesn't mean that Sarah doesn't have a life. You have a son, she has a business, she has ups and downs like everybody else. And one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other because people, they think that Sarah sort of walks on water. She doesn't have any issues because she's able to talk and give inspiration to others.
Well, because you think everyone would say, well, you see it coming, right? You would see if tumultuous times were coming. You would see
Sometimes
if a
that's not
hurricane
so
was
good.
coming. Well, that's what they think. You can just sidestep it, but not always.
Experiences are meant to happen for a reason. And we are products of what we have attracted into our experience. And sometimes it's accumulation of this lifetime, and other times it's multiple lifetimes. So people say, well, you know, I didn't do anything in this life to make myself be in a place of lack. And someone will say, well, you must have. And they said, but they didn't. And yet there's a thought pattern, there's an experience, there's a learned behavior from our parents that we carry through as our belief system, even though we overcompensate and we make it happen in the world. There's a programming that is occurring all the time. It is, almost like the apps that are running on your phone. If you don't shut them all down, it drains the power. So you could be going full speed ahead, but you have conditioned apps that are running in your mind and running in your soul that are from other lifetimes and experiences in this world that are always playing.
It's interesting. During commercial break, someone asked you a question about fears of something from the past coming forward. And you almost said, I tried not to listen, but thoughts can become things.
Right. Thoughts are things.
Even sometimes not doing something means not doing something.
Right.
And maybe it's the opposite that you should be doing because not doing something, I didn't do nothing. That's the problem. My mother used to say to me...
Does that make sense to you?
Does it make sense?
I understand that way, like, if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. And you're not
But that may be the problem.
Yeah.
Is that you're not doing anything and nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or you may not be doing something and something's going to happen.
I mean, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You have to make a move.
It means, like Sarah said, you have to believe in yourself, and you will feel your own inspiration if you really do. Now, there's a difference between saying you believe in yourself and feeling it.
Yeah.
My mother used to say to me, I used to come from NYU, and the train was on the train for 2 hours, down in a tunnel, 400 miles down there, for 2 hours. I was like, oh, man, I can't believe. So my mother used to say, hey, God wanted nothing to happen to you, so he kept you safe. And I didn't believe that until there was a massive shooting one time at the train station. Because I was late, I wasn't part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I never question now. If you're late, you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. If you don't do enough, then like Sarah said, maybe you should do more. Maybe that's the problem.
I was supposed to be in Japan the day of the earthquake a few years ago, and my flight got delayed. And if we had left when we were supposed to leave, we would have been almost to Japan and landed right at the height of the earthquake.
That's what happened. My father, he was in the National Guard, and he missed his plane because he was fighting not to go to wherever it was, Vietnam, Kentucky, whatever. The plane went down. Everybody on it perished. And because he didn't get on that plane, I'm here. Because I wouldn't have been here.
See that? It's all.
It all comes down to believing about yourself. And it's funny because some of us can do that and still express to you, you know, you're worth something. Come put your burden on my shoulders. I think somebody told me over the weekend that's why God created two shoulders, one for me, one for you.
That's why. Well, I think that's why you got big shoulders. It's the weight of the world, right? And then there's all these physical manifestations that happen when we hold on to things too much. So you got to let it go. Believe in you, love you, and give us a call. Sarah's here till 2 o'clock. 888-994-4995. Stay tuned, and we will be right back. Oh, we're not going to be right back.
You have to tell them.
Sorry, I got to cue them up a little bit better. And the phone lines are ringing, so we're going to call. We're going to put you on hold. When we get back from break, Sarah will take your call as well. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power. A platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. I think we have someone on the line, but our phone lines are open. 888-994-4995. This segment brought to you by Actually Speaking with Ann. She was actually, Freddie.
Actually, Ann.
She's going to be joining us on Wednesday. Ann is a corporate speaker and educator, and when she's on our show, she talks a lot about how source channels through her and energy. She talks about the energy of the week, and you can contact Ann to come speak at your office, private sessions as well, and you can find her at Good to Better, T-O Better 2020 at gmail.com, and ask for Ann.
I'm going to hold her picture up when you do that.
Good. We have her book. We'll pull it out of our book nook.
Oh, there you go.
Good to Better 2020 at gmail.com. We have a caller?
We do.
Who do we have?
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello, it's Alex, guys. Hi.
Who is it?
Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Alex, how are you? Hi.
Hi.
Where are you calling from, Alex?
Boca.
Oh, there you go, Boca.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. I was wondering if I could get a reading, I suppose.
Yes, and you'll have to come visit us physically, too. We've missed you. Haven't seen you in a long time.
I'll come soon. And now, we'll talk later, but I can come now.
All right, fantastic.
Okay. Alex, what's your birth month and day, please?
April 29.
Okay. Alex, there's some movement coming for you. Thinking about making a move, because I see movement around you.
Uh-huh.
Are you planning on making a move?
I made it.
Okay. Because there's a lot of movements around you, and this is what you just did the past 2 months, because it seems quick. It seems right in your energy right now. Is that something you just completed, Alex?
Yes.
Okay. What's your question for me, Alex? How can I assist you?
I don't know. I was hoping you would get some energy or have some messages. I don't know. I've never done this.
Okay. So first let me open up and tell you this, that there's been challenges that have forced you to kind of grow outside of your comfort zone over the past 2 years. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And you are opening yourself up to some new opportunities, almost like you're reinventing yourself, redesigning yourself during this time, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and when I move you forward, I'm seeing advancement, promotion, financial increase coming to you in the springtime of this year. This is something that you're setting yourself up for, is that correct?
Holy cow, yeah.
Yes, that's what you're planning to do. Holy cow, that's what we got coming here, honey. Holy cow. It's a holy cow, a holy sheep, it's Jiminy Crickets. We've got a lot of movement for you. It's interesting because you spent some time listening to some other people's opinion as to how you should do what you wanted to do. And now you're starting to follow your own inner direction and you're getting further. This makes sense to you, yes?
Yes.
Self-promotion, networking, connections. This is a powerhouse of the year. It is a personal year for you of your success. So all the things that you have put into play are coming in this 2020 time. And I see it as a segment of steps. So if you've got a big plan and you have to kind of like take a little bite to get going, take the bite. You're not going to be disappointed. This is a year of opportunity for you.
Oh, wow.
A lot of healing energy around you. You also did a lot of self-healing, self-reflection in the past 6 months. That's correct?
That is correct.
Yes. Really important for you to have done this and to remember to continue to do this. Sometimes you run like a chicken without a head and you don't really know what direction you're going to go in. And then you start going, but you forget yourself in the journey. So please settle down, open up, trust the process, and know something wonderful is coming for you. Okay. All right, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
We look forward to seeing
Thank you.
and hearing more of what's going on.
Yes.
And we have one more caller on the line.
Yes.
Hi, caller. How are you doing?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. Who am I speaking to?
This is Maria.
Hi, Maria.
And I'm from Port St. Lucie. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing great, Maria. Strong energy around you. You spent a lot of time working on your spirituality, yes?
Definitely have not given up. I keep reaching out.
Okay. Raise up your expectations and your intentions. There's a song, you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up so more than I can be. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up for more than I can be. That's how I hear it in my head. Josh Groban. So I just want you to know that you are about to be raised up. There's a great transformation for you. A lot of support from your loved ones, your guides, and your angels. A lot of support. When is your birthday, my dear?
February 26, 1980.
Okay. Further study, further career, further advancement, something else we need to do to ramp up those finances. You're investigating what you need to do that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very important for you to pick something that fills your heart and you feel the joy as you do it. What's your specific question for me? Because I know you're balancing quite a bit and Spirit wants to take me in about 5 different directions. We don't have time for that. So what is the question that will best guide you at this moment, Maria?
Right now, my finance, I would love to know about my love life, but that can actually wait. Finance, I'm a mother of 4, and it's been a really crazy 5 years for me.
It has. It actually, if I take you back to 2013, there was some shift change, perhaps even a dissolvement of a relationship, because that's what it feels like. Something kind of came out of place in the 2013, end of 2013. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Was there a breakup at that time, honey?
Yes.
Okay. You're still healing from that. I just want to draw your attention to whatever that energy was, kind of made you feel lost and empty from that experience. You have to go back into the energy of that you are enough. When I look at this, finances, I do feel as if we're looking for work, new job, new opportunity, yes?
Yes.
And we also want to do something remotely. Is that also correct?
Very correct.
Very correct, because we've got a lot on our plate. I do feel that there is an opportunity. You'll be able to handle something and have that balance. There's 2 opportunities that can be presented to you. I feel as if we've submitted some applications. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. 2 opportunities that I feel coming to the front line for you to continue the next steps in the process. I do feel finances will begin to increase, and I feel like March, you're kind of marching on to a different beat, a different drum. There's some movement coming for you. Who's the one who's waking up in the middle of the night, having trouble sleep? Seems to be male energy. Is that your son, honey?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make a recommendation that you put a crystal in his room and maybe even put a little kosher salt in some water. I just feel like he's very intuitive, very sensitive. He's picking up on a lot of energies in the house and around you. This makes sense, correct?
You've nailed it a lot.
Yes.
And I know on my side I'm not helping it either.
Okay.
Because I haven't been able to sleep as well.
Okay. You need to shift the energy in your house, clear your house. Have you ever been to my center in West Palm?
No, I've been dying to want to go there, and I know it's going to happen very soon.
It'll come. It'll come. In the meantime, you can always pick up the phone and give us a call at my center. Just go to my sarahspiritual.com website, and the number will be there, and we can recommend a couple of quick, easy things you can do, some solutions, non-expensive, just something to shift that energy so you can have the doors of opportunity swing wide open and the heaviness that I feel begin to get lifted. All right?
I thank you, Ache.
Thank you. Bye.
And Wednesday, we're going to be at Sarah's place. What's the address?
4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza. We are Suite 129. We take up the whole back corner. It's a beautiful facility. We're going to do the live show. You can go to sarahspiritual.com and register for your tickets. Tickets are free, but we'd like to know who's coming. And we have some fun things that are going to be happening, so we're looking forward to
And
that.
what time do they be there? Because I know you go on the air at 6. You're
We
going
go
to
on
be
the
here
air
what time?
at 6, but we say anytime after 5, come on by, and we're going to hang out and network. And then we look forward to doing a live show on WWNN and live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and so on and so on. What do we need tissues for?
And if you join me there, I'll introduce you to the Kleenex Club.
Because I make everyone cry?
Well, when the last time I did a show there, everybody was crying. So they gave me the box of Kleenex, and I was doing the production.
You were the tissue boy.
And no, they gave me the
like
box.
the water boy, you were the tissue boy?
Yeah, but I was the only one that wasn't crying. Everybody was crying. And I said, oh, the Kleenex. So I said, I wrote on it, Kleenex Club, and I was handing it around.
Well, what's it like for you to do production every Wednesday night for
He does cry.
4 years? Yeah,
I do not cry.
Really?
I
You do
have
cry.
never cried.
You know, we were told that because you're a Pisces, you're a little sensitive.
Yes, but I
Moody.
learned not to. The thing is that I sort of have to shut it off because I have something in front of me I got to do. And then there's people constantly
And I know
around
when
my
you do
phone.
other shows, because when we do other shows and I'll answer them, you don't even hear half the time what's going on.
That's
because you're
right.
doing production.
It's not easy to pay attention to all this, but then there's everybody they want to call in, but Sarah has a long waiting list. So sometimes I'll tell somebody, okay, get ready. Okay, dial in.
Yeah.
And they get in. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes. And then people will talk to me, and my sister calls me from New York on the phone. Freddie's gotten into this thing of calling me when I'm on Sarah's deal.
I don't know.
I was just gonna say now be free to cry because now I'll be there doing all the set stuff.
Yeah,
Now
there
we
you
get
go.
to see the waterworks.
Well, what happens is there's a lot of people around you, and there's a lot of things going on. So it's not an easy gig because you have to
energy.
sort of focus on what's happening in front of you. When Dylan went, he freaked out. Dylan was like, "Freddie, what's
Imagine
going on
Dylan
here?"
there.
Yeah.
But he went to another stage. So you sort of have to mind your stance, where you are and what's going on around you. And people always coming up. When we were at Juniors, oh my goodness gracious. There was people, I was on the phone sending texts because the phone lines went down. So we were doing it via text. There were people, your kids won gifts
They
that
did.
night.
Yeah, they did.
They actually
They
did.
did.
I
Definitely.
remember that, and everybody was out there. It was a packed house. We didn't get out until, 10 o'clock?
It was a long day.
My back still hurts me.
But our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. I need to ask you, you keep getting up every time we go to break. What's going on the other side of the studio? I see lights. I see all kinds of strobe lights.
They hooked everything up. The lights are up. The stage is up. The chairs are up. They're working on the mics. But he was ready to blast the music. And I said, no. And he says, can I keep it low? I said, no. On this set, no music because I know how Sarah works and she wants it so she can focus. Wait until 2 o'clock. And then Sarah can get up there and sing because Sarah has a high-pitched voice and this guy in the opera, my biggest concern is going to be that octave because he's going to be up there.
That's
Actually,
easy. We can do Hallelujah and
as
show
a matter
you.
of fact, you got the reverse issue because he's a tenor.
It doesn't matter. It's an octave.
But
And
it's
the
the other
violin-
direction.
Yeah, but the violin, I don't know how
Yes.
we're going to capture that sound. And then there's a
Pianist. A word you're not allowed to say.
beepy,
No.
beepy player.
The Kramer Durkin duo, yes. Oh my gosh, she is critically acclaimed. This is going to be spectacular since she was 4 years old.
Yes.
So,
And Sarah,
what
I
an
know that
event.
you're going to be working, but if you want to pop on down tomorrow, maybe they'll let you do a doo-wop.
Yeah, well, I'm totally booked, but thank you for the invitation. I'll definitely catch it on the replay. Definitely catch it on the replay.
It's going to be fun. We wanted to do, the theme was going to be Central Park, something in the park. Like I always used to go to concerts in the park. I got to see a lot of singers in New York doing that. But it takes a lot of work to do this, just what we got, so.
It takes a team, and we truly have an amazing team that they're setting everything up. The guys have been great. We've got the girls on the board. Mia, how's it feel? Your first day here?
I love it. Really fun.
She smiles
throw
all the
them right-
time.
I know.
She's been here, she smiled. How do you stay smiling like this all the time?
It's just my face. Some people don't like it, but I
Is that
just
what it-
can't help it.
How can someone not like it?
Yeah.
It creeps people out.
That you're always smiling?
That I'm always smiling.
Don't you
no matter what
remember
I'm
the
doing.
movie
I'm
The
working
Joker?
Out, still smiling. It's
The
weird.
Joker's always smiling, right?
Yeah.
Comes into like an 8 a.m. college class smiling.
Yes.
I would
Yeah. That's when people think it's
That's
weird.
kind of creepy. Can you imagine waking up and smiling like that?
No, but I think it's a great gift, is what I think. I think it's an
very
amazing
rare.
gift to have.
It's very rare. Sarah's always smiling.
Almost. Almost. Because when I'm thinking, sometimes my whole face goes like straight because I kind of go into another place. So my face says everything.
Everybody says, right? It's how you walk around. But all these people that have called in, I hate to say it, there's so much pain.
A lot
But
of pain.
there's a lot of pain. And you just think about the world that we're living in and what's going on in the news. I'm not going to talk about it. And what's going on in personal lives. And everyone's looking for help, right? They're looking for that lifeline of give me something positive to hold on to.
Yeah, they need hope.
They need hope, but then you have to make that shift because whatever you say and what they take and the validation, like Alex had, the validation that you gave her, it's now keeping the momentum going and going forward and saying, I'm going to make this shift.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not asking what they want to hear. I'm asking what is the highest information for their journey at the time. That's why when I first start and I start pulling things, it's things they need to be made aware of and kind of hone in on in order to accomplish what they want to accomplish.
Have you ever done what you do and then go in one direction and then something happens that takes you in a different direction? Has that ever happened to you?
When I'm reading someone?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, because
It
it
does.
depends who or what the influence is that steps forward for me. I could be midstream and I can have a loved one just literally tapping so that I pay attention to them. Someone else may not hear it, but it's almost like they interrupt the process. And so I have to stop and I say I have to acknowledge this person who just came in They're bringing forth this information. It's very important. And it's usually at an appropriate time that they do that. So everything kind of blends in. But to me, it can be a little off-putting because I was already running with a particular track and I'm really feeling this push, or I'll get this really sharp pain. It could be how they passed. I'll get that feeling. And so it kind of takes my attention. That's why like other noises and things can be very distracting for me. I tune it out. When I'm out in public and I walk into a noisy segment, I actually do better when it's noisy from the beginning because I learn to isolate just my thoughts. So when I do these trade shows, it's loud everywhere you go. Right. So I tune in, I focus just on my thought. But when I'm in dead silence and then there's a noise or talking or whispering, that actually pulls me out of my trance conscious state.
Do you sleep well?
I do sleep. I do
all
sleep.
Night?
I wake up a couple of times, but I've got friends, so.
Do they wake you or you wake up yourself?
I don't know. I wake up in the dream state.
Now, we got a few minutes left, and I wanted to talk real quick about the lady and the gentleman that you have on, the Theo piece.
Yes, yes.
And I want real quick, give me like a 2-minute deal here on how does that work? Because when you hear this is completely different.
Yeah. So my friend Sheila Gillette, they were just here in Fort Lauderdale. She channels Theo, the 12 archangels, and it's a consortium of angels. In the case of Sheila, she died. She went to heaven, and it was almost like an instant download of information and an experience, and she actually witnessed Jesus at the foot of her bed. And as she came into consciousness from this aneurysm, they had thought she wouldn't live. She became a trance medium back in 1969. And that is when the conscious person literally steps aside at completion, and the being, that is Theo, consortium of 12 archangels, steps forward, just like Esther Hicks channels Abraham. And Sheila was responsible for opening up Esther Hicks to channel Abraham in the law of attraction. That's what she assisted Esther with, because Esther had to open up her being so that this being can come through. And it is really just an altered state of consciousness where this higher consciousness comes in, and all Sheila has to do is allow. And when Sheila does, you can hear a difference in her voice. Theo will begin every show or every interview or every class that we do, this is the beginning, is it not? And it's in this robotic, methodical kind of way. But because it's a consortium of 12 archangels and I'm very in tune with tone, I can actually recognize the different angels. They won't give us their names, but I can go, oh, thank God I asked the question. I got the nice angel. I got the one that's going to be soft and gentle. Then some of them, they're like, why ask the question? You know the answer. And I'm like, okay, I want to ask the question. Because they're very, very set in letting you know that you are part of a greater plan and you are perfect as you are. And the angels say, if you were to see yourselves as we see you, you would see no imperfections.
So hopefully everybody saw
but
that.
Why? Okay, Sarah, and I don't mean to be negative, but why her?
She asked God to give her a job when she was in heaven. She didn't want to die.
She asked God to give her a job. So
I'll do anything. He sent her back.
Interesting. Okay.
How many times has someone been about to die, or some tragedy happens, they say you won't walk, something will happen, and they say God will do anything, and they go ahead and they do what they need to do, and they become a messenger and a vehicle for the expression of God. We all are expressions of source energy. Some people are comfortable with the word energy. We are the expression of energy that is divine.
And she knows that this happened in her life, though.
She does, and she has dedicated 50 years to this work.
Yeah, because she's been with presidents and everything else, right?
She has been in great company. She's been tested by scientists, psychologists. She's passed every test.
How did you get her to come on your show?
I met her at a trade show. I met her at a Lightworkers conference. And the minute I met them, I said, oh, I want to be your neighbor. They thought I was crazy. I was like, there was just this connection of meeting someone that you felt like you were coming home. And having worked with my teacher, who I really was blessed to see conduct miracles, heal cancer, what she did was as close to what I had witnessed, so I kind of felt that connection.
Did you have any kind of connection before you saw all of this, or this all happened during? Were you born this way? Is one born this way?
I believe everybody's born. I believe everyone's born this way, and it's how you develop it and how you choose to allow it to be a part of your life. If you're of the world and you want to stick that path, you can. If you're outside and you want to kind of embrace this, you can. It is a free will choice. We have our choice how we express ourselves. But I had no idea, Freddie. I had no idea.
Are you a teacher?
I am a teacher.
So then somebody could say, my teacher, Sarah, my teacher, and it's about the learning experience.
Yeah, you see it all the time on Facebook for my class.
And that's today's message, boys and girls. I mean, the bottom line here is if you learn something and learn nothing today, learn this. There's always something you can learn.
There's always something you can learn.
You can learn about yourself, about those around you. And once you learn how to put those things together, it's all good.
Or learn how to love yourself, and then
True
it all starts from there, right? We talk about it every day. So why there's mirrors everywhere, we talk about it. It's all about loving yourself.
That's right.
People who are interested in a reading, how do they find you, Sarah?
You can visit me at sarahspiritual.com. That's SARAH, spiritual.com. And you can book a session there, or you can call my spiritual center, which is the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955, and make your appointment. I'd love to see you at my center.
Come on Wednesday. Meet us there. We're going to be hanging out with Sarah. And again, I will be in charge of the Kleenex.
Yes. Open to the public, yes.
And you should come. You should come. Check it out.
Feel
You don't
the
have to
energy.
stay, feel it. You know, if you're uncomfortable with it, at least you know you try. But come on down. You may learn something, is all I'm saying.
Join us tomorrow. We've got the beautiful music of Ian Michaels, and we've got the Kramer Durkin duo with us. Wednesday, we've got the Brain Bowl here. We're going to be talking about giving back and supporting the Alzheimer's community and dementia in our area, because that's coming up on January 31st.
Is Wednesday open to the public?
If we can squeeze you in, it is open to the public.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
I know that.
Everything we do is open
Is
to the
it?
public.
Oh, well, some people say yes, some people say
We're
no.
so open to the public that people walk in at night. So yes, if you come here and the door is locked, you gotta knock, because often we do have to lock the doors.
Yes, because people will wander in here. It's a little scary. Anyway, Sarah, thank you for coming.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
You can always reach us at 888-994-4995.
Except
Be sure
if you're
to
in
follow
Scotland.
us on our new page, which is
ampitup.fm podcast is on Facebook, but you can follow also Sarah on her Facebook page, the Brooklyn Cafe. We got 21 different pages.
we had a lot of pages. We're not going to talk about what happened as well. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Everyone, you can contact Sarah again. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place in our Boca Raton studios.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
that day.
You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known? Then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online radio station. We want your voice to be heard, so spread the word on Amp It Up. Contact us at 866-224-5422 for more information. Let's amp it up. You have a business you want to share, ideas you want to be heard, and events you want to be known, then amp them up on Amp It Up, our new online